microphone for my iPad to see if, you know, when I do it online on Facebook, it's quite fuzzy and faint. And so I've tried it over the weekend. Nigel's bought me a wee furry microphone. It actually is furry. And we've just given it a go, and it sounds much clearer, although at the beginning it was so fuzzy we did not know what we'd done.
The YouTube doesn't seem fuzzy the way.
Yeah, the green light is on. Sorry? No, the YouTube's never... It's really weird, isn't it? Don't understand it. Technology. Oh, hold on. Audrey, admit. Here's Audrey. Sorry, it's going to be one of these days. Welcome to my world. I don't know what I wasn't well. See, the minute I don't concentrate at the moment, I just lose all track. Nice to meet you. Morning, Audrey. Sorry. Right, here's Rosemary. I'll just have to sit here for a while, and then when I start it.
Finish my coffee now.
What did it say on your... What did it say when...
It just said your host knows you're waiting.
I know.
Joy.
There must be a way. I've asked James, but he doesn't. Good morning, Glasgow. I'm really sorry. I have to admit, everyone, today, I was saying to the girls, I have got to set it up in a way that you can enter automatically every single time. I can't set that to default, which is very annoying. And that's the first time I've forgotten to do it for ages. Ages and ages and ages. I was thinking Christmas shopping. That's what I was thinking. Because I went out yesterday to start
all... a campaign to stop Christmas shopping.
Well, actually, I'm being really bad this year. I'm texting people saying I'm not doing presents this year. I just haven't got any ideas what to buy people. I think, what am I putting myself through this stress for?
Stuff we don't need.
I know. I'd much rather take them out for dinner the next time I see them. As long as it's a sandwich and a coffee. We went up to...
It might just be a coffee the way the prices are going.
Yeah.
I was £20 for a toasty and an espresso.
You are kidding.
I know, I just stood there.
Right, hold on, Jan. Someone else.
That in centre London, isn't it?
Morning. Oh, actually, no. Right, okay. 2 minutes ago, live. Morning, Beth. Morning, Beth.
I only got one toasty. I said, well, let me sit down and I'll tell you why. We're having half each.
That is very, very strange. Because no one's texting me either. Janice is on holiday. I'm having trouble with Zoom. I'm doing that on Facebook. Yes, sorry if everyone is trying to get their day started. You'll just have to play around with me. So Lorraine's not coming. Oh, here's Sandra. Admit.
Libby, I got in.
No, I let you in.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw you as soon as I saw your icon. I just pressed admit. I've got to press admit for everyone. Lesson learned.
What take the list? It's ridiculous. I've been going round in circles.
I know. I'm so sorry. Did you have a note of anyone else that was waiting to get in? No. No. Okay. So I know because I was expecting Choity today, and
there was a message about. There's a couple of WhatsApps appeared. Yes. Joyce and who's the other one? CC, I think it was.
Hold on. I'm going to say to Choity, try again. Oh, Choity. CG. That's Choity.
And Joyce.
And Joyce's are trying to get in. Morning, Choity. I'm so sorry. It's me. I set it by default that I had to admit you one by one.
Oh, no, it's fine. I just looked at your email and I realised it was a different code and a different code to get in.
Oh.
So it's got a new meeting ID and a new code, and I've just typed them in and I've just come straight to you.
That is weird. So hopefully
Joyce know then.
Okay, well Joyce does it on Facebook, so she doesn't come into Zoom, and Facebook is up and running. But I'll just thank you. Yo, Joyce, you're there. Thank you. Sorry, it's a slow start, but we're good. We weren't doing anything else just now. Right, okay. So, only Joyce at the moment. That's so weird though. So I know that Jennifer, I thought might come in. Hilary might not come in. Lorraine is not coming in. Fiona, I don't know. Julie normally is here. Janice is in Lanzarote. Ruth said she was coming in. Louise is not coming in. She was doing Facebook. Sally, I don't know. She decides on the day. Audrey's in. Caroline. Oh, here we go, Fiona. So apologies, we will get there. We need a cushion. Everyone that's out there, bring a cushion. Hi, Fiona.
Oh, hi. Sorry, morning.
It's okay. I've got a bit of a problem at my end. I set it up wrong, and I've got to admit people in one by one. So I've just been kind of sitting at the front of my screen so I can see, because I won't be able to see when I go back to my mat. Oh my God, the joys, the joys.
Can you not just correct it to admit all?
I don't know how I do it. How do I do that now after I've set up the meeting? Do you know?
I thought you could just go into settings.
Right, hold on. Participants, tools, companions, apps, record, show, more. Right, let's see what more says. Notes, whiteboard, start. Mailing, transfer to room. Reset to default. Ooh, what do you think that means?
You might lose everybody.
I know, yeah.
Is Nigel not there? He can do all the admitting.
He'd have to come right up to the screen to do it. He has got clothes on. Right, hold on. Let me go into meeting at the top. Full screen, multi-speaker. Rosemary, you're a clever person. You go out to work. Do you know what I do?
No. Nothing about technology, sorry.
I can record, invite, but I don't want to invite any more people now. Start share. What do you think that means?
Share in your screen.
Ask to unmute.
You don't want to do that.
No.
What about the participants bit at the bottom? The bottom.
Yeah, I've got that. Right, hold on. Get rid of that. Participants. There's 7. It just says invite or copy the invite, which I don't really want to because it will be that one. So Choity, when you do the next one, it should go back to your original one. So this, because I set it up differently today, I presume that's why the number's different. Right, we will start, and I'll just keep looking at the top, and hopefully if Caroline comes in, I can see that someone's trying to come in. Right. Thank you, Facebook, for coming on. I think, Joyce, you might be out there on your own. I can take my slippers off now. So, it is very dark. Got all my lights on today. It is dreich. I'm going to be doing some sitting, so we'll use our cushions. Those of you that your hips are really supple and lovely and you don't need to sit on something higher, then you might not want the cushion. So what I have done, because I did say to you last week and the week before, if you want me to do anything for the last month of the year that we have done over the year that you liked, if nobody came back. So what I decided to do is I went back through all my routines for the year, and I have picked little bits from each one to make up a new routine. So some of it is what we did in the last one, and some of it's what we did last January and all the way through. I'm going to stick to the Pilates at the end, thinking really about our core bit, because thank you, I've had some good comments about that, and we're only been doing it a couple of weeks anyway, so I'm going to keep doing that. Those of you that are feeling your back sore with your legs and tabletop, when we get to the end, I'll talk you through that again. So let's swing with our arms. I also read the other day I do too much reading, that if you do this every morning, I can't remember what it does to you. It does something. I think it's calming the mind. I need to do it in the middle of the night, actually. Get out of bed and start to do this. Oh dear. Thank you. Right, we're all doing it together. I'm keeping an eye on the screen just in case someone else wants to come in. Shake off your hands, shake up your legs, soften the knees, and then up we come. So we started late, so I won't stop at 10. I totally understand if any of you are rushing off. And then drop down, and then up we come. Clasp, and over to the side, and hold, and come back, and over to the other side, and come back. Leave the separate the hands and circle. Actually, I've just realised I've not switched my phone off now. And then drop the hands down because I was looking at messages. And then shoulder rolls back. And shoulder rolls forward. And chin to chest. Let your head hang. Holding. Bring the head to centre. Holding. Take the chin to the ceiling. Bring your head to centre. Take the head to one side and just hold it there for a moment, and then just take it a little bit further, and then come back, and then take your head to the other side, and then a little bit further if you can. Just feel the jaw stretch, and then come back. Take the hands onto the hips, 1 foot back, 1 foot forward, sink in to that front knee, and hold, and then lift up your back heel. You okay, Audrey? And drop down, and then lift up, and drop down. I think that's the smallest group we've had on Zoom for ages. I did say to Jackie when no one had come in, I went, this is the day that no one's coming to see me. And drop down. Hands onto the front thigh, and straighten that front leg. And then lift it up. So for Joyce out on Facebook, some of you will have noticed, some of you won't. I've got a little microphone on my t-shirt today to try and make Facebook a little clearer. And drop down. Bring yourself up, take the back leg in, and also because when I do my live classes, those of you that are not in Glasgow, because we have a selection of people now not in Glasgow, I can do the class from the room, and I think if I have a microphone it might be clearer as well. So lifting and pointing and circling, but it shouldn't make any difference to Zoom, it's just connected to my iPad. And then place the foot down and take the other leg back, sink into your front leg and lift the heel at the back and drop down and lift the heel at the back and drop down, and then last one, and drop down. Hands onto the thigh, straighten the leg, and pull the toes up, and drop. Bring yourself back up, take the back leg into the hand, hold on to something if you've got something close. We can all wobble next week. Whoops. And then take that leg forward, and hold for a moment before you point and flex and circle, and then placing your feet wide on the mat, take yourself over to one side and holding. So as I say, those of you that want to do classes next week but are not near the venues, then let me know and I'll send you a Zoom invite, and I'll take my iPad to the halls and then come back up. Feet at 10 to 2. Who says we don't know about technology? Drop your bottom down. So new routine for our warm-up Tai Chi. Take the hands together, but nothing we've not done before. Breathing in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. As you exhale, drop your bottom if you want to. I'm staying here. And then I want you just to breathe in and out 3 or 4 times, but listening to your breath as you do so. In through the nose and out through the mouth for this little part, and then we'll come back to that at the end. Thank you. And then push the hands down, butterfly them up. The palms are facing forward, drop them down in front of you. And then calm the chi at the front, lifting and lowering the hands, soft flowing movements. And just again, listen to your breath. So we're just letting our body waken up, but trying to focus on breath and soft movements. And then as you bring your arms up, this time we're sweeping them to the side. Done it lots of times before, and then drop and lift again. You can take your vision and eyes to the side, or you can keep them facing forward. You decide. And then we bring the hands up and we sweep them to the other side, and we do the same there. Nice and easy. Calm. Lovely. And then drop them down. Bring the arms above the head. Tap them at the top and then open your arms out wide. And then we're going to sweep one over to the opposite knee and then open that arm back again. So we'll take a breath in. We'll exhale. We'll sweep one over and then open out. Thank you. We're there. So we sweep with the first hand and then we open it out. And we sweep with the second hand and then we open it out. We'll do one more because we're now all doing it together. And open and across and open. We're going to reach to the ceiling with our arms in a V and our legs are in a V. We take a breath in at the top and we exhale. We bring our elbows down into a shape of a W and then we extend them up. So now we're bringing in some strength. So we bring the elbows down strong and we push up strong. We bring them down and we push up. Thank you. We bring them down last time. And then we push up. From here, we're going to straighten our arms again. And then we're going to tip ourselves over. Kind of if you're coming into kind of small triangle, but nowhere near there. Start to feel the stretch in the inner thigh. And back to center. And then tip over to the other side. Thank you. So we're trying to kind of get a diagonal line from our shoulder to our arm, from our hip to our knee, and then down. Thank you. So slightly different to what we've been doing, but we've done it all before. And come back. Last one coming up. Tip over, reach to the ceiling with both arms, and then bring yourself back to horse stance. And I want to finish off with our breath as we did when we started. And just listen to your breath, nose, mouth. And then relax yourself down and walk in. So it's more movement by movement rather than flowing. And just letting the body warm up in the winter months when we kind of come out, especially when we go to our live classes next week. And we're coming out into the cold before we start to do our classes, unlike when we're in our houses. So glance down at your feet. Hip distance apart. Feel your hip bones lift, shoulders down. Take the hands into prayer. And feel yourself strong in your mountain pose. And bring your breath back to nose, nose. So we're listening to our breath. And just feeling the feet make their imprint in the mat. Feel the hands strong into each other. We did do this last week. Just separate the hands out into a fan, each finger touching their opposite one, and just hold it there for a moment. And you'll feel the strength, not only in the hands, but in the wrists, the elbows, up to the shoulders, across the chest and across the upper back. So just a slight movement, bringing everything into play. Now, you can either keep your hands in a fan, or if it's uncomfortable, let them slide back in together. I want to take the heel of the hand just onto your nose, and then look up to your ceiling with the hands just resting on your nose. You can go into a back bend if you want, or just stretch up. And then bring yourself back to the front. Feels a bit odd, and take the hands up to the top of the head. So we're just working our way up, working into the chest, upper back, elbows, shoulders, arms Take a breath in. As you exhale, lean over to one side. Now we're trying to keep the heel of the hand together, but I know that's easier said than done. So just work to your ability and then come back to center. Keep your breath going because I was talking there. Take a breath in. Exhale, go to the other side. Thank you. And then come back. Let's do that one more time. So just that difference in having the hands above the head really makes you have to work harder in your side bend and come back. So if it's not for you and it's too much first thing in the morning, adjust it to your body and come back. Let's release the hands off and just give them a little bit of a shake out. So second one, we're going to keep our feet exactly where they are. We're going to sweep our arms up to the ceiling, parallel. Bring your shoulders down away from your ears once you reach up. Take a breath in and exhale into a side bend. Feel one hip lift. Feel your arms extend upwards to your ceiling. Keep your shoulders down and hold yourself here for another couple of breaths. So again, a little bit of strength as we start off. Bring yourself back to center. If you need to release your elbows into a bend position for a moment, do so. And then extend up once again. Take a breath in. Exhale, lean over to the second side. We're keeping our arms parallel, so don't let one come lower down. And then once you're there, just breathe naturally. So don't lengthen your breath and just focus on your extension from shoulders to fingers. And then bring yourself back. Again, let's drop our arms down. It's the first time we're doing it. We will carry on during the month. And I'm going to be doing classes all the way up, I think it's like the 22nd of December. So we've more or less got a full month. Bring yourself up. Pull your shoulders down. Thank you. And then we're going to go back to that first one. Parallel, extend up. And then this time we're going to drop the bottom hand down. Just let the bottom hand rest. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, really reach up and over. So again, you're going to feel that strength. And it goes all the way down into the hip of this side that the arm is lifted. And then bring yourself back. Drop that hand down. Sweep your arms upwards. Pull your shoulders down. Take a breath in. Exhale, over we go. Holding, but not holding your breath. Drop the bottom hand down. Take a breath in again. Exhale, reach up and over with that top hand. Feel the stretch into your hip. And then bring yourself back. This time, take the hands onto the hips, bend the knees, and do a couple of little circles. One way, and then the other. And then we're going to place our feet wider. So they're just in a little V, not a big V. Slightly wider than the hips, slightly wider than your shoulders. We're taking the hands down by the side of the body. Take a breath in. Exhale, lean over. Keeping both hands down, we're concentrating on the bottom hand this time so that we concentrate on the inner thigh. Take a breath in. Exhale, reach further down. Keep that top shoulder above the bottom one, but in a nice line, holding, and then bring yourself back. So we're not asking nothing complicated, but just working to your ability. Go to the other side on your exhalation. Keep that top shoulder open and back. Take a breath in. Exhale, push the bottom hand down. You'll feel the stretch in the inner thigh as well as the opposite hip. And then bring yourself back. We're going to rotate our head this time. You don't need to. Take a breath in. Exhale, lean over. Inhale here. Exhale, push the bottom hand down further. And inhale, rotate the head to the ceiling if your neck feels fine. And then bring your head back. Bring yourself back to center and take a breath in at the top. As we exhale, we lean to the other side. We inhale here. We exhale, push the bottom hand down. We inhale, rotate the head to the ceiling and stay for a moment, couple of breaths. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring yourself back to center, hands on hips, and do a little circle with the legs further apart. Perfect. Last one coming up of our side bends. I'm going to bring my legs open a tiny little bit, not nearly as far as if we were doing a triangle just a little bit further than you had before. Nice and easy. Bring your arms above the head again. Keep them parallel. Rotate your palms forward. Take a breath in and exhale. Lean over. Now imagine that you've got your whole upper back. We could do this next week in both rooms, against the wall behind you, and you're trying to keep everything back and extend up. Feel the stretch. Bring yourself to center. Take a breath in. Exhale. Lean over to the other side and extend. Thank you. Thank you. And then bring yourself back. Looking good, everyone. Thank you. Drop yourself down. Walk back in and give yourself a little stationary walk. So I am going to take myself to my front short edge of the mat. We're going to do a little bit of waist hinging and then a little bit of leg work as we go on. It will make sense when we get there. So we want to start off, I'm not going to go too far forward because I'm not having to step back. So just make sure you're not twisting like I am to look at you. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. My feet are hip distance apart. My hands are coming onto my waist first. And just feel your hands bring your hips into the correct position. So if you feel your bottom is pushed back, you've got an arch in your lower back, just bring yourself into a nice, strong, straight spine. Then I want you to take your hands behind your back and clasp one elbow to one hand and the same on the other side. So we're not trying to do our prayer arms behind our back, just keeping our arms crossed. And then from here, take a breath in and then just step back gently and not too far with one foot. Doesn't matter which one. Then we're going to hinge forward and hold it for a moment. Then we're going to hinge forward again and hold it. When you feel you get that stretch up your legs and you think, right, I just need a moment to get myself comfortable. And then I'm going to hinge forward again. And I'm trying to get my back as flat as I can. Now, we're all different. If you think you'd be able to do this with your hands on your hips and not behind your back, then adjust it to that. And if you would rather have your hands on the front of the thigh to do it, then that's another option. But some of us are going to stay with our hands behind our back first. Now, you're thinking about your core as well. As you come forward, you want to bring your tummy into play. So pull your core up. Keep your legs straight. Don't bend that front knee so that it feels more comfortable. Keep that leg straight at the front as well. And let's hold it, trying to adjust our hips and our shoulders to make them both parallel. Release the hands now. Take them just below the knee. Place one hand on front of the other. Push into the front of your shin and extend through your spine. Thank you. We're trying not to arch into our back. We're trying to keep our back flat. Take a breath in. Exhale. We're sliding that hand down to the foot. And then we're going to inhale and bring that hand all the way back up to the top of the leg. We've not done this for ages. Take a breath in. Exhale. Push the hand down through the front of the leg. Don't push into the knee. And then slide it over the knee down to the ankle. And then slide it back up. Now, if you want to go faster or slower than me, then do so. We're going to do 3 on each side. So this is the third one coming up. And push down. And then bring yourself back up to flat back. Take the hands back onto the hips and the waist and unhinge and open yourself back up to standing. Well done. And step in. Well done. Give yourself a little bit of a wiggle. And then we're going to do the other side. So remember which leg you took back there, taking the second one back. Now you've got 2 options, hands on hips or hands behind your back. Feel your shoulders drop, your hip bones lift, and then take the other leg back. Push the weight onto the balls of the foot and then place it onto the whole foot. And you've got both feet parallel, but obviously not all in front of each one in front of each other. You've got no room for your hips then. Take a breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge forward further. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge all the way into flat back if you can. If you need to remove your hands behind your back straight away, do. Now don't grip with your toes. Try to keep your feet at the front, your toes at the front, nice and flat. Now adjust your shoulders if you think one's higher than the other, and then release the hands and place them into your front leg, pushing down into the shin, one hand on top of the other. Stretch that leg out at the front as you push in and hold it for a moment. Take a breath in. As you exhale, slide that hand down through the front of the leg, keeping it straight, and then slide it all the way back up, releasing off the tension. Take a breath in. Exhale, let's work again. Take as many breaths as you need to as you push down, and then bring your hand back up. Thank you. And then push down. So I just see bodies going up and down. So thank you for staying with me. And then push down. And then slide it back up. Last time. Take the hands onto the hips and step forward. Well done. Give yourself a swing in the middle. So we're going to add on to that as the weeks go on. But since we hadn't done it for ages, I want to just bring it in nice and gently. So bring your feet out to wide. So we were doing warrior twos last month. This is our bit from last month. We're going to rotate the foot. We're still doing a little bit of warrior two and arm work. Bend the front knee. If you want to widen your legs now, once you bend your front knee and that knee's above the ankle, keep the shoulders stacked above the hips and bring your arms out when you're ready. And then once you're there, if you want to sink down further, please do. Obviously, we can all see each other better next week, but you know what you're doing. Don't let that front knee flop towards the front long edge of the mat. Keep your hips open. We're going to work our hips when we go into our balance. And let's hold it here for a moment. I'm just going to rotate the front arm up, palm up, and leave the back palm facing down. And then I'm going to swap sides. So we're rotating front up, back one down. We're rotating back one up, front one down. So just subtle movement into the arms and shoulders, nice and slowly. One more, last time. Bring the arms above the head, tap at the top. Bring them into cactus, back into our comfort zone, what we were doing before. Hold it. I want you to open your chest and bring your elbows back, feeling that stretch across your upper back, in between your shoulder blades and across your chest. And smiling. Extend the arms out. Well done. Bring the arms up. Thank you. And lean back. So little back bend, little side bend again, but in warrior two. So we've already done this a moment ago. And holding. Perfect. And then I want you to drop the bottom arm on its own. And then reach up and over. So again, just adding on what we did with our arms before. And holding. And then bring yourself back. Well done. Let's release our shoulders off and bring our arms back to warrior. Take our eyes to the front arm and finish off in a warrior two. Nothing fancy adding on. But I want you to sink down a little bit more. And we want to make sure we're not gripping with the front toes. We're not reaching forward. We're keeping our shoulders stacked. That front thigh working. And just hold it for another couple of breaths. Drop the hand. Parallel your feet. Walk in all the way. Take the hands onto the thighs. Arch into our first standing cat. And give yourself a moment of stretching out through the spine. Take a breath in here, exhale, push down and bring your chest forward. Push your shoulders down, bring your chin up. We talked about our chin last week. Trying to keep that to the last moment. And then bring your chin in as we just start to bring ourselves back up to standing. and relax. Well done. We're going to come into our other warrior two, second side. So, legs nice and wide. Rotate. Sink into your knee. Widen your back leg. Keep your shoulders facing that long edge. Bring your arms out. Shoulders down. This time we're going to rotate our palms to the back of our room, back of the mat, and we're going to pulse back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring them back to their position. Rotate your palms upwards and hold. And we're going to circle forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reach to the ceiling. Tap above you. Bring them into cactus. Elbows bent. Shoulders down. Palms facing forward. Open your shoulders. Open your chest and pull your shoulder blades down through your back, making it strong. Breathing, smiling, and then reaching to the ceiling. Last little bit. Palms facing each other. Lean back. So going into your side bend, keeping your arms parallel. So you've not dropped one lower, and holding. Thank you. Drop the bottom arm down now. Rest it on the leg. Take a breath in. Exhale, reach up and over, feeling that hip now coming into working much harder. Thighs working. And then bring yourself back to warrior two to finish. Taking our eyes to the front hand. Extending out through the arms. Keeping your feet nice and strong but not tense. Keeping the knee open at the front. Keeping the back leg strong and lifted up into the hip. And then drop the arms. Well done. Parallel your feet and walk all the way in. Once again, take the hands onto the thighs, arch into cat. Take a breath in. As you exhale, transition into standing cow. You're bringing your chin up at the end. Tuck your chin back into the chest and push yourself back up to standing and relax. Well done. So, as I say, just come into your swing as I explain what we're doing. So as I say, I've just gone through this year's routines and taken a little bit out of everything. So I've got one of your favourite next, squats. We're going to do it before we go down. It's kind of in tune with doing a chair from our last one. We're using our thighs. And I'm going to do two different ones. And we'll start with our regular basic squat. So we want to have our feet, so it's a little bit of a crossover. Squat's not necessarily in yoga, where it's in our Pilates, but we're doing it here while we're standing. We want to start with our feet hip distance apart, parallel. We're going to take the hands down by the side of the hips. And keeping the hip bones lifted, we're going to come forward into squat, arms come forward. And then rotate the palms to the floor and bring yourself back to standing. So this is our starting point now. The palms are facing behind us. So we come forward and we stand straight. We come into our squat and we stand straight. And I just want you to breathe, obviously, but I want you just to think about your breath. And if you automatically, which I have come into nose, mouth, and that's fine. If you stayed in nose, nose, that's fine too. So we're thinking hips, bottoms, thighs, core, and ankles. So coming forward, use your arms as your support and your balance. As we come into a squat, you may be going lower than me, you may be going higher. Please think about your body before you do it. We're doing two more. I'm running out of breath as I'm talking. Getting our aerobic up. Let's do one more. And come back. And the second one today, and we'll do different ones on different days, we're going to come into our squat, then we're going to pulse down. So we're working our thighs a little bit more, working our bottoms a little bit more. When you're ready, come into a squat. Little lifting of the hips, and then we're pulsing down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're doing 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay down and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our hands are going on our thighs. We're arching into cat. We're in our perfect position. And we're pushing ourselves up from here. Well done. It is December. It's the last month of the year. I thought it was a really good idea going through everything and trying to think of things you said you liked. Ah, dear, little swing. Okay, we're going on to our balance. So we did start last week on our tree. We are going to continue with our tree. But first of all, we are going to bring ourselves into mountain pose, and we'll come into our tree through 2 different levels. So we're going to take our hands onto our hips. Again, lift your hip bones up. And let's just hold it here for a moment. Let your breath come back. I'm probably more out of breath than you because I was talking. And we're just going to bring our heels off the mat first for a nice simple heel lift balance. And we're going to hold ourselves up for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and drop your heels down. We're going to then keep our hands onto our hips, bend one knee, and we're going to open and close that knee. Now we're all going to be different, but what I want us all to try and do is not sink in to the hip of the leg that you're standing on. So having our hands on our hips helps that a little bit. Just push in if you feel the tendency to want to sink into your hip. Those of you that don't want to balance, we open our knee, we place the heel on the ankle. Those of you that want to balance, slide the foot up to below the knee or above the knee, you decide, and let's hold it here. Nice and easy to start. We're taking one arm out and the other arm out. We're taking one arm up and the second arm up. Whoops, sorry, try to look. We're taking the palms together, bringing our hands back down through our face to the chest into prayer. Traditional tree. Last add-on, hands on head. As we did when we started in our side bends. Relax the hands, relax the foot down. Separate the feet until they're in a little bit of a V, and just do a couple of rotations. Just feel how your hips and your lower back are. And then take the legs back to hip distance apart. Take the hands back onto the hips. Come up onto the balls of the feet, slowly. Lifting as high or as little as you want. And we're holding for 8 and 7 and 6. We're trying to stay still. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Drop the heels. Bend the knee of the other leg. Open and close. So just letting that hip start to feel its rotation open. Not rotating, opening and closing. And just feel the mobility of your hip. As we open it this time, place the heel on its opposite ankle. Don't push out onto the hip, that of the leg you're standing, and slide your foot up. Keep the knee open. You can stay here or take one arm out, followed by the second, Take the first one up, followed by the second. Take the first one down, followed by the second. Take the hands into prayer. Holding. Take the hands to the head, elbows open, hands together. Thank you. Drop the hands, drop the legs. Feet in a little V, legs in a little V, and do your rotations. Well done. We are going down onto the mat. Now, I know what time it is, and I know we started late. There's no way I'm going to get everything done as usual. But we'll go down onto the mat. Want to release ourselves off, and then I'm going to come into our sitting position to finish off before we go on to our Pilates. So I've got a few that I still want to do. Take the hands onto your mat when you're ready and just come up into a cat-cow. I had more to add on to that. I'll just see how I go with time. And we'll arch up and just really slowly. So I know we're all taking our time to get our cameras in our position. So I'm just starting because I'm ready, but you come in when you're ready. And just holding in an arched cat. And then slowly just start to push your bottom up and transition into your cow. And then arch up. And flatten the back. Push your bottom to your heels. Walk your hands forward. Feel that stretch go into, in fact, I'm just going to add something in now because we're in the right position. So you're going to have an option here. We started off doing a wide leg upper plank at the end of last month, which was the start of what we're going to do this month. So we're kind of in the right position to come back to it now, to come into it now and not come back to it later. So if those of you that do not want to do a plank and you're very happy having a moment of release, you've got two options. You can stay here in our upper stretch into our upper back and arms and our base of our spine, or you can come back up onto all fours and come into cat-cows. You decide. We'll be with you in a moment. And then those of you that are coming into a wide upper plank, we come up onto our all fours. My hands are already forward, so I want to just bring my shoulders forward now so that my shoulders have come above my wrists. You can be on knuckles. And then I'm going to take one leg out to about the width of the mat at the corner. And then I take the other one out. And then I do a pelvic tilt. And we're holding it for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Drop the knees, relax the feet, push yourself back to where you were before. If this time you want to just walk your hands back so that they're not stretching as much, do so. And then rest the hands underneath your forehead, one on top of the other. And release yourself off all together. Listening to our breath, nose. Feeling the rib cage expand and contract. And feeling your sense of touch as you feel your rib cage touch the front of the knees, your legs touch the mat, your head touch your hands, the hands touch the mat. And just give yourself a moment of release before we finish in our crossover positions. And then push yourself up to sitting. We're taking our cushion. We're going to sit on it. So we were doing side bends. I want to do a couple of little waists now. So we're doing a full body workout. But I think over the last couple of years, I've found the cushion bringing me up higher has definitely made it easier. So I will remind people next week just to bring a cushion into the class if you're wanting to use it. If you're not wanting to use a cushion, it doesn't matter. Just bring your mat. So we're going to start off with our hands just resting on our knees really softly. We're going to think about our spine, nothing else. If you are really uncomfortable in a bent knees and this position, you can have your legs out in front of you, you can have them straight in front of you, you can have them in a little V, or you could have one bent and one forward. Really, this is the kind of thing now that when we start to do stuff, as we get older and our body changes, we just adapt it to how we feel. And some days I can sit with my knees open, and other days I want to straighten one leg out to make it easier. So just think about how you're feeling today. And then I want you just to push your knees open slightly and stretch from the base of your spine up through your spine and out through the top of the head. Now try not to let your shoulders come up. Keep the shoulders down and just a little pressure, opening the knees out. Thank you. We're going to reach up with one hand. And then we're going to reach up with the second. And then we're going to pull our shoulders down, holding for a moment. Take a breath in, exhale, lean over. So you can see there's a little bit of a thread going through the class. And then come back. So upper body strength, lean over, working into our waist at the same time. Don't let one arm far down, keep them parallel. I've just noticed that mine were not parallel. And then come back. We're going to do one more. So take a breath in, exhale, lean over. You might be not as far as me. You might be further. And then come back. And then we're going to the other side. We're making it nice and easy. And then come back. And then we're going to drop our arms down. Give them a moment. Take one hand from its knee to the opposite knee. Take the other hand behind your bottom in your cushion. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, slowly rotate your vision to the back of your room or just over your shoulder, not really gazing at anything in particular. Slowly bring your head back to its center at the front, and then bring your body back. Same on the other side. We're going to push into the knees and stretch up, nice and long back. We're going to take the opposite hand across, take the other hand behind our bottom and our back and our cushion, and then we're going to slowly rotate our head to the back. So you're not asking of any quick movements, and one side you might get further than the other, and then slowly bring yourself back, and then take your body back to the center. We're going to take one hand off the knee and onto the mat. We're going to keep our bottom either on your mat or your cushion. Walk that hand towards its short edge of the mat, and then bring the other arm up and reach across. Lovely. And once you get that arm across, I guarantee you'll be able to get your bottom hand a little bit further, but keeping your cheeks down. Nice. Bring yourself back. We're going to work on this one. We take the other hand out. We're aware of keeping our bottom cheeks on the floor or on your cushion. We reach up and we reach over, and then you can walk your bottom arm further away. Feel that stretch into the hip, into the rib cage, into the shoulder, and holding, and then drop yourself back. Well done. Take the hands onto your knees and just give yourself a little circle rotation. You can do this with your legs in front of you too. And please give me comments on this, because as I say, when I bring things in and we don't do a lot of sitting anymore, then let me know if you've been able to do this or not. As I say, hopefully, I'm really hoping I can see as many of you next Monday as possible. I'm going to put a little poll out. Some of you will have done polls, some not. And I just want you to let me know who's available for coffee, because I think we're just going to go to either Cafe Parma or Nostrama on Monday. Take yourself off your mat and I'll ask them the day before just to keep a table for us at 11 o'clock. So, when you are ready, we're going to finish off in our crossover. That's fine. So we're just going to do this quickly, a little bit of core work before we lie down. I want to do the same as what we did last week. We weren't all here last week, so it's going to be new for some of us. Take the hands onto the knees and just let yourself roll back until your arms are straight. Now, I don't want you to roll back into a C curve. I want you to roll back so that your back is at a diagonal, your hip to your knee is at a diagonal, and your knee to your feet are at a diagonal, your toes are on the mat. So nice and simple today, but we will add on as the weeks go on. We're going to keep our hands on our knees. We're going to hold our tummy in, pull our shoulders down, keep your chin not necessarily tucked down, but not looking up. And then take one arm forward off the knee, and take it back onto the knee. Take the other arm off and take it back down. And then take both off, that's optional. And then lift your arms up into another diagonal line. And holding for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Well done. Hands behind the legs. Bring yourself up. Hug underneath your legs. Let the base of your spine lengthen. Let the head come down towards the knees or resting on the knees. We're all going to be different. And just hold yourself there for a moment. And then release yourself off and roll down onto your mat. Well done. This has actually felt a little bit more complicated, not so much complicated, not level 1 than I had imagined when I wrote it. None of us are level 1, you know that, but we want to try and just keep working up and not doing too much, so that everybody has got a level that they can feel comfortable with. Let your head roll from side to side. So as I say, I'm going to do a little bit of Pilates. I know it's 10 o'clock. I want to fit this in. So apologies that we started so late today. It was completely my fault. And then place your feet on the mat. So for those of you that weren't here before, when you put your feet on the mat, most of us will have a little curve in the base of our spine. Automatically, we have to think much more before we bring our spine down onto the mat. It doesn't just happen. But because most of us have this natural curve, I want you to slide one hand under. We've done it before. And just let your back stay lifted. And then slide the other one in. And I've kind of got my fingers one between the other. So I still only got one layer of hand underneath me. And then I pull my back down onto my backs of my hands. And just hold it there for a moment. First one nice and easy, and you can stay on the first one and not go up into any other levels if you don't want. Take a breath in. As you exhale, slide your right leg to the end of the mat, keeping your back pushed down onto your hands, and then slide it back in, and you inhale. That was really slow there, so you'll have taken a few breaths. Let's do the same side 3 times. So take a breath in. Chest rises. As you exhale, flatten the back, slide the leg away from you. Inhale, bring the leg back. Keep your back secure on your hands. Take a breath in here. Exhale, same side, slide it away. Inhale, bring it back. Take a breath in again at the top. Exhale, slide it away. Inhale, bring it back. Out through the nose and in through the mouth if you can. Take a breath in. Opposite side, slide your other leg away, keeping the hands underneath your back, keeping them still. In, you come back. Exhale. Inhale. Let's quicken up. So exhale straight away, slide it again. Inhale, bring it back. We're going to do alternates. So take a breath in. Exhale, right leg away. Inhale, bring back. Exhale, left leg away. Keep your back flat. Inhale, bring it back. One more set of alternates. Exhale, push the leg away. Inhale, bring it back. Keep your core strong. Exhale, slide it away. And inhale, bring it back. Well done. Bring your knees in, give them a hug. So you've taken your hands out. So I'm going to do double toe taps. I'm going to do it with my hands underneath my back again. We had a bit of a chat last week. It's not for everyone, so you can decide what you want to do. Take your hands under your back now. Slide the fingers in between each other. And then place your back onto your fingers. Take the toes. Take the knees into tabletop. You can see that my heels are a little higher than my knees. That keeps my back a little bit more secure. And then when you're ready, take a breath in. Exhale and lift. So it's a double tap, a double pulse and lift. So when you're ready, breathe in. Exhale. Lift. Take a breath in. Exhale. And lift. Take a breath in. Exhale. And lift. Now we're trying not to let the tummy puff up. It's the chest that lifts, not the tummy, because we're trying to keep our tummy and our back pulled down the whole time. Sorry, I'm continuing with my double taps as I'm talking, so I'm not breathing properly at all. And tap, tap, and lift. We're doing one more. Now I'm just focusing on my shoulders, keeping them away from being tense if you can, and release. Bring your knees in. Give them a hug. So the second one I'm going to do again, we did it last week. It's a little bit more of an add-on, but slightly less tension for the lower back. Take the hands onto the knees, the legs are in tabletop. This is our last one, I'm sorry. I want to do a cool down since we've done a completely new routine. I don't want to finish too late, but I know we started late. The arms come out. So some of us, I say, have done this before. We've all done it in the past. We take a breath in. As we exhale, we extend the legs to the ceiling. We inhale, take them to tabletop. We exhale, legs to the ceiling. They may straighten, they may not. Inhale, tabletop. Don't let the knees come in towards your chest. Keep the knees above the hips and down. I can see legs moving. I can't see everything clearly. Thank you, thank you. And drop. Up we come. And drop. Perfect. Up we come. And drop. We're doing two more. Up we come. And drop. Last one. Perfect. Thank you. If you've had enough, knees in. If you're okay, last 5. Legs come up. Hands come up. Arms go down. Legs go down. And open. Now we're trying to keep our back flat. Technically, what we did earlier is train the mind. But if you've just forgotten, trying to keep that lower back as you lift and lower your legs, nice and secure on the mat. Last one, bring your knees in. This time, bring your head up. Well done, everyone. Let your head come down, let your feet come down onto the mat, the width of the mat. Let your head roll from side to side. Thank you. So, as usual, when I write things, I think that's dead easy. We can all do it. But as I do it and I start to think about everyone that's doing the class with me, we've all got different things going on. Some things we find easier than others. So just let me know how you think of what we were doing. As I say, it's just taking things from the whole year. And then bring your head back. Let your knees just start to roll. Windscreen wipers. Not too far. Just a little on each side. Just let your arms rest to where they're comfortable. And then take your head to one side as the knees go to the other. So just adding on our flowing motion. I've got a whole page of stuff that I didn't do. I never learn really. and then over. We won't run out, that's for sure. And then bring your head back and your knees back. Cross your right heel over your left knee. I just want to bring that leg in. Let's stretch into our lower back and our hips. Lots of hip and leg work in this routine. And just hold it for another moment. And then cross over the other way and bring the second leg in. And holding. Start to let your mind release. And start to listen to your breath. And then uncross your legs and slide them to the end of the mat. If your lower back is a bit aching, then keep your knees bent, please. Let the hands just rest on top of your hip bones or your tummy, whichever is comfortable for you. And close your eyes. As you feel your feet flop out and the knees open, feel both legs relax and start to feel heavy. But at the same time, allow the feet and the skin covering the feet to feel soft and gentle. Become aware of the tummy rising and falling. And then working up, feel the rib cage expand and contract. Allow the shoulders to widen, the elbows to relax, the wrists to feel soft, and the skin covering the hands, soft and gentle. Working upwards again, feel the back of the head heavy on the mat beneath you. Allow the forehead to relax, the cheeks to relax, the mouth and jaw to relax. So the back of the head is heavy and the front of the face is soft. Once again, listen to the sound of your breath. And as you start to bring your thoughts back into your room, gently move your tongue in your mouth and gently move tips of fingers and toes. Sliding one leg up slowly and the second. Bring one knee in, give it a hug and the shin to begin with to bring in the second. And just bring your bottom off the mat, giving yourself a little bit of a tighter squeeze. And then drop the feet, roll onto your side. Well done. Thank you, everyone. We are a small group today. Hopefully, people were not trying to get in that couldn't get in, but I'll find out soon enough. Lesson learned. I won't do that on Wednesday, and I won't probably do it for a while because I've just reminded that there's a button I've got to press. So thank you, everyone, for coming. Please let me know. As I say, I felt that was a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be, but it might just be how I'm feeling today, and you all find it easy. So next Monday, yay, I'll be in Glasgow. As I say, I'm going to send you out on the West End group chat on what we'll do afterwards. And then Wednesday, I'll see everyone in Kilmacolm on Wednesday. Both classes can be on Zoom as well, for those that don't live there. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thanks, you, Joy.